everyone, and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading a Scaramouche listener by me. So let's get into it. You and Scaramouche were meant to go on a mission together until Scaramouche had told you that he was sick and you couldn't go. That's why you decided you would do it alone. After all, it wasn't that difficult or challenging of a mission. You were actually kind of weirded out that he was called on to do it with you. So you told him you would do it. And that was that. It was going to be easy. And if you're good enough, you can be stealthy enough that no one notices you, and that way you won't have to fight, even without Skirmish by your side. And that's how you think it will go. But in reality, everything goes differently. Nothing quite like how you imagined it to be. And it's too dangerous to go back when there are people around you. Oh, they're all weapons, pointing at your head. There's nothing you can do. There's no choice that you have. When one of the men tie your hands behind your back, and you are merely left to do as they ask of you. There's nothing else to do after all. What with them threatening you, you knew you had no choice but to listen to them. And as they take you to the basement, you knew things have gotten more dangerous. And you wish you could have just skipped out on that mission. You could have waited for Scaramouche. But now you did something stupid and set him back. Not to mention, got on yourself and a life or death matter. Why did this have to happen? Were you an idiot? Well, of course you had to be for all of this to happen. And that's why, right now, you're contemplating your own existence, thinking that you're stupid for everything that you've done. Until you heard how they had sent out a message for Scaramouche, asking him for Mara in exchange for you. That was plain stupid. Maybe there was someone more stupid than you after all. But it still made you feel relief, knowing at least that Scaramouche was going to hear about you, and perhaps try to rescue you, or get rid of them, whichever happens first. The two of you are friends, yes, but friends as in partners. He didn't think he truly cared for you, and honestly, the only thing you did was hold him back. You never helped him improve or do something better than he already does. He was quite good at everything, and there was nothing more that you could offer him. In fact, you felt like an embarrassment, and knowing that he was going to hear about your kidnapping, as relieved as it made you, you still felt shame in your heart, knowing that this, he was never going to forget it really. He was going to hold it over your head. You know, if he actually saves you in the end. But part of you is hoping he doesn't, because you're truly undeserving of it. And yet, surprisingly enough, as soon as it's sent out, 10 minutes later, and Scaramouche is at their door. And soon enough, they're all passed out on the ground, and he's over to your side in seconds, surprising you with the way he looks at you. There's concern in his eyes, an emotion you've never seen from him before. Are you alright? Are you hurt? What did they do to you? He says, looking over your body, impatient. He doesn't actually wait for you to get an answer. He wants to know if you're okay, if you're safe and unharmed, as he hopes you are. And thankfully, you are. And as soon as he realizes that, he collapses on the floor, taking deep breaths and looking at you, holding your hands. You're moral, Mayan. You know that. I know. I'm stupid. I didn't mean to make you come all the way here. And you're sick too, so I'm really sorry, Scaramouche. I understand if you don't want to work with me again. I really do. But That's when you heard him chuckle, shaking his head. And then, the next thing you knew, he was cupping your face in his hands and leaning on to give you a kiss. You're really stupid. Damn it. Don't endanger yourself like that again. I won't be able to take it. Do you understand what you do to me? To my heart? And you could only look at him in shock, totally unprepared for the kiss, for the confession, and for the way that he was looking at you right now, with love and emotion in his eyes that you could barely comprehend. You were speechless, even though you felt the same amount of love, perhaps even more. Don't do that again. I won't be able to live without you. And you keep risking your life over and over, just for some stupid mission. I'll be okay. Everything will be okay as long as you're okay too. I don't care what happens. But don't be stupid like that again. That's all I ask of you, Ion. Please. He looks into your eyes, holding your hands and squeezing them. And for lack of better response, you nod, wrapping your arms around him tightly, and hugging him, burying your face into his shoulder. And that's when he lets out a sigh of relief, melting into your hold, into the warmth that he feels with you, and stroking your hair gently. And he begins coughing, reminding you that he's sick, and that you're the entire reason that he'd come home from the first place and had to fight about 10 guards. And you feel guilt in your heart, you immediately take him home afterwards. And the two of you lay in bed next to each other. Thankfully, Kole comes to take care of you. Tonari comes by to give him medicine, and the two of you are grateful for his help. And the next thing you know is that Scaramouche falls asleep in your arms. For the first time since you met him, he looks peaceful and full of love, vulnerable in ways that you never thought you would see him. You never thought he would be in love with you. And though you're still processing that, you were truly over the moon about it, in more ways than you could express.